Tips for writing chronological narratives. As we begin writing our chronological narratives, one of the most important skills to practice is crafting clear topic sentences. Let's start with the importance of topic sentences. These sentences introduce the main idea of each paragraph. They guide the reader, making it easy to follow the development of your character or story from one stage to the next. Equally important is maintaining focus. A strong topic sentence helps ensure that the paragraph stays on track. It tells the reader what to expect, and it helps you as a writer avoid going off topic. For example, if your paragraph is about a character's decision to stop eating meat, your topic sentence might be, Lena's decision to stop eating meat began after visiting an animal sanctuary. That one sentence sets up the entire paragraph and anchors it in the narrative. As we build a chronological narrative, it's not enough to simply list events. We need to ensure that every dietary change our character makes is grounded in clear and logical reasoning. Let's break that down. First, every dietary change should be explained. If your character switches from eating meat to becoming vegan, for example, the reader needs to understand why. Was it triggered by a personal experience, a health concern, or an ethical awakening? This adds depth and clarity. Second, aim for a logical narrative flow. The story should move smoothly from one dietary stage to the next, like chapters in a journey. Avoid sudden, unexplained jumps in behavior. Each stage should feel like a natural response to something in the character's life. Finally, show causal relationships. This means connecting your character's experiences to their choices. Maybe they travel abroad, learn something new, or face a crisis, and that causes a shift in how they eat. These cause and effect links strengthen the emotional and narrative coherence of your story. When we build these logical connections, our storytelling becomes not only more believable, but also more powerful. As we approach the final stages of writing our chronological narrative, one crucial element to keep in mind is narrative flow, the sense that the story is moving forward smoothly and naturally. First, let's talk about engaging transitions. Transitional phrases like, as a result, later that year, or this change marked a turning point, help guide readers through the character's journey. They prevent the writing from feeling choppy and make it easier for readers to follow the sequence of events. Next, aim for a consistent tone. Whether your story is reflective, humorous, or dramatic, keeping the tone steady helps readers stay immersed in the emotional world of your character. Sudden shifts in tone can disrupt the narrative flow and pull readers out of the experience. Finally, consider character connection. A strong narrative flow helps your audience remain emotionally invested. If the events are well connected and logically sequenced, the reader will feel like they're on the journey with your character, and that's what makes a story truly memorable. In short, narrative flow is like the current of a river that carries the reader along. Your job as a writer is to make sure they never lose the current. Writing examples. Let's look at two paragraphs and compare their narrative effectiveness. Paragraph 1 is a strong example. It begins with a specific moment, Mia becoming a vegetarian at age 18. It explains why she made that choice and what she experienced afterwards. There's emotional depth, logical progression, and clear motivation. Paragraph 2, on the other hand, is vague and lacks development. It simply lists actions without explaining why they happened or how Mia felt. The lack of transitions and reasoning makes it hard to follow or care about her journey. We'll now break this down more closely. This slide highlights why paragraph 1 works well. It includes a clear starting point and age reference, emotional motivation tied to values, specific actions, trying plant-based recipes, a reflective tone that shows growth and purpose. These elements give the paragraph depth, making Mia's change feel real and relatable. This is what we aim for when writing a chronological narrative: clarity, emotional connection, and development. In contrast, paragraph 2 shows what happens when key narrative elements are missing. Mia's decisions are stated, but not explained. We don't know her motivations or how she feels. There's no clear progression or cause-effect link. The writing lacks transitions and detail. This example reminds us why clarity, coherence, and emotional reason matter. Without them, readers struggle to understand or engage with the story. To wrap up, let's revisit the key takeaways from our exploration of chronological narrative writing, specifically through the lens of dietary evolution. First, using a chronological narrative helps readers follow the character's journey in a clear, engaging way. By showing how their diet changes over time, we create a natural structure that's easy to understand and compelling to read. Second, we see how narrative techniques, like topic sentences, transitions, and logical reasoning, give depth to the story. They help us express not just what the character eats, but why it matters. Finally, the heart of any story is character growth. Whether a character becomes vegetarian, vegan, or chooses a more balanced diet, it's their motivations, struggles, and reflections that bring the narrative to life. When readers can connect with those changes, the story becomes much more meaningful. So as you write, remember, it's not just about food, it's about identity, values, and transformation.